Okay, so let's talk about email safety here. Now, people often feel like email is safe because you have your own personal address, you have your own password, but the truth of the matter is that email is not as safe as you think it is. So I've included a paper airplane on this slide because email would be similar to writing a message on a paper airplane and sending it off. Anyone who happens to come across that paper airplane can read your message. So, when I was working as an accountant, I attended a seminar where they told us that email is similar to sending a postcard in the mail. So anyone who knows what they are doing can easily read your message. So with a postcard, all you have to do is flip it over and there's your message. So you really want to be careful what you are sending through email because it is extremely easy to access. So never send any personal information through email. And something that makes this really difficult is people will often ask you to do that. So for example, I was working a new job. This is about a year ago, and they asked for me to send them my social insurance number and fill out my employee forms and email them back to them. Well, after hearing all this information about email safety, there was no way I was going to send them my personal information through email. And I was actually shocked that they would ask me to do this because this was a well-known large employer and they really should not be expecting their employees to send personal information through email. So keep this in mind for your own business, whether you are dealing with other people who are asking you to send personal information through email or whether you are asking your employees to email you personal information. Be extremely careful what goes through email. So you should not be sending any personal information through email. A better way to do it would be to use a fax machine, use a secure portal. So most accountants now, if they are going to be paperless, they will set up a secure portal for you to send them your financial information. So you will have your own login and the portal is completely safe. Nobody else can access your information. You can also use encrypted email. So this is a special type of email that you can get. You could also, if you wanted to send a password protected document, you could do that. But then you also have to find a way to give the person on the other end of the email your password. So I wouldn't totally recommend that way as being safe because somebody could still find your password protected document and your password, especially if you send it in the same email, and it might be easy enough for them to access your information that way. But you could, as an alternative, you could password protect your document and then potentially phone the person and give them the password access. But then you also have no way of knowing what they're doing with your password at the other end. So my best recommendation is to use fax, secure portal, or encrypted email instead. So I have had experience with financial planners that actually use encrypted email. It's very clear that you're using encrypted email, like it's very different than regular email. You have to usually log into their system and then you access your information securely that way. So it's very similar to a secure portal in that everyone has their own password and they have to use passwords to gain access to the information. So if you don't remember anything from this class, I hope that you will remember not to send personal information through email. That is a huge no-no, and one thing to keep in mind is that when you're dealing with the government, they often will not send emails, so you're not expected to send tax information through email to the government because that is another very common scam, so watch out for that as well. And up next, I'm going to be talking about passwords and the best types of passwords to use to protect your information.